One way or the other, Luffy is not going to have a choice in the matter that he will have to battle Shanks one day, regardless of if he wants to or not. One of the reasons, a lot more trend related than the others, is the fact that Luffy has been leveling up his Haki. In virtually every single arc post-time skip, Luffy has been leveling up his Haki to some extent. We saw this with Katakuri, obviously with the Observation Haki in Future Sight. We saw this with Conqueror's Haki as well in Wano. Shanks has really been portrayed as the king of Haki in a sense. Shanks is the first character we ever see use Haki before Haki was even really established in the story. But that is not why Shanks and Luffy will have to fight. The reason they'll have to fight, Shanks is moving different, and at the end of the day, Shanks and Luffy have the same goal. One way or the other, only one of them can find the One Piece, and there's just no way they're gonna do it together. Shanks has always been portrayed as a mysterious character, and there's a lot of theories out there that Shanks is secretly evil. Now, I do believe that Shanks has a deeper motive, but lately, from what we've seen with him in the Reverie, as well as him with Blackbeard, him with Kidd, what he did to Kidd is something that Luffy is probably not going to be able to excuse if you think about it. Not only did Kidd help Luffy, Killer did as well, and Shanks just destroyed their whole crew. Now that is one reason that they will have to figure that situation out. Now I could see Luffy passing that situation off and not really caring. It's a pirate's world, stuff happens. At the same time, Shanks is also the type of character, and Luffy is the type of person that they would want to test each other's skills against themselves. That is also not the strongest point either. What Shanks told the world government, whether he was talking about Blackbeard or Luffy, Shanks' allegiance may not be as much to Luffy as you would think. He had the opportunity to see Luffy during Wano and chose not to. Now, if Luffy and Shanks were to fight, the mentor fighting the student is a dynamic we see a lot in a lot of different shows, but not in a proper battle to the death, and I feel like that might be the case here. They might just need to work out their differences, as well as they might want to just test each other's skills. If Shanks were to fight Luffy, I don't think Luffy would have a real way in winning that fight, mainly for plot reasons. I do believe Blackbeard will be the one to kill Shanks. I think in the fight, we would see that Luffy would lose to Shanks over and over. I think it would be very much so Shanks rolling through Luffy, because I don't think Luffy is ready yet for that challenge, because he barely beat Kaido, and in my last video I was talking about maybe he didn't even really. Did he really beat Kaido if he took him 4 tries? So I could see Shanks coming out and absolutely stunning Luffy with his Haki. Shanks is the character with the best Haki in the series. Whether that is confirmed or not is neither here nor there. It is definitely Shanks, because Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit, as well as we can see he has insane Haki feats like what he did to Green Bull and Wano, and I don't think Luffy would be able to deal with that. Now, like I was saying earlier, Blackbeard is definitely the one bound to kill Shanks. And if Shanks and Luffy's fight is a little more pedestrian and more of a fun fight, I could definitely see the timeline of that being Luffy and Shanks in Elbaf. They're going to have a battle for whatever reason, maybe multiple reasons. After that battle, Blackbeard comes, and whether it's in the final saga, in the transition to a different island, in the final battle, Blackbeard and Shanks are definitely going to fight, and they've been building up to it for so long. Oda has been building up that fight that I don't think, though, Oda is going to build up Shanks and Blackbeard and then have Shanks defeat Blackbeard. It just doesn't make sense. Luffy has to be the one to fight Blackbeard and defeat him, as well as Shanks has to fight Blackbeard as well. And Blackbeard is not the type to just let Shanks walk away. So I could definitely see that. After that, Luffy will have a chance to avenge who is essentially the only reason he wanted to be a pirate. We have to remember, Shanks is Luffy's whole influence. Shanks is the reason Luffy is the person he is today. He's the first pirate he met. He was kind to him, and then whether you consider the film Red Stuff retcon or not, they have a lot of history there. Shanks and Luffy's history will build up that fight. It's pretty much, in my eyes, very reminiscent of Naruto vs. Pain and what Pain did to Jiraiya. Whether that fight is for malicious reasons, testing reasons, pedestrian reasons, friendly reasons, it doesn't matter. But I think either way we're bound to see it, and I know it's not an uncommon take, because Shanks vs. Luffy, even if Oda doesn't have a concrete reason why, I think he's gonna write one in, because who doesn't want to see that? We saw Shanks interact with Luffy in chapter 1 and haven't seen him interact with him in I don't even know the days or the chapter number in between, but it's been insane. But Marineford, like, you just see them interact somewhat, but not really, because like Luffy was like unconscious or whatever. I think though, when they do fight, it's gonna be one of those really, like, one of those fun but emotional but really cool fights. It kind of reminds me of like a Yu-Gi-Oh fight, where at the end of the day, like Joey and Yugi would duel each other, and it would just be like epic stuff like that. I think you could add the flashbacks, you could do the whole bit, and it would be good. No matter what, even if they just tussle for a little bit, I think people would be interested. I know I would. Now, like I was saying though, I know I listed off a variety of reasons there. I do think the real reason they're going to fight is that Shanks is going to test his skills, as well as know that Luffy needs to upgrade his Haki before he stands a chance against anyone. Because the precedent Oda has set, like did he really beat Katakuri? Like kinda. Did he beat Kaido? Kinda. But with that, Shanks is also the only one that knew about Luffy's fruit, apparently. So he also probably knows more secrets about the fruit and knows how Luffy can best use it. I do wonder if they're going to reveal, did Shanks intend on eating the fruit himself? Like, what was Shanks going to do with the fruit? I would imagine, though, like, in this next arc, because I definitely think they're going to Elbaf. I do think, though, that we're going to be getting so much lore dump, though. I really hope the fight doesn't get pushed to the side. That would be super disappointing if the fight at the last second, Oda decides to just dump us with lore, which is obviously epic. Who doesn't want to see One Piece lore? Although the whole purpose of this video is Luffy vs Shanks, I think we all know, like, the reasons aren't as concrete, and I wish they were. I wish there was more evidence pointing towards it. But I know, like, some people might brush over this fact, but the Shanks Kidd point is huge. Kidd was Luffy's ally, and whether Kidd sees himself as Luffy's ally or not, like, Luffy protects his friends, who he, at the end of the day, I believe, considers Kidd a friend. So I wonder what's going to go on there. Also, speaking on 1079 a little bit, is Kidd just, like, sitting on Elbaf? Like, is Kidd going to be forced to join Shanks' crew? Is Kidd alive? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, like, bro's whole crew was destroyed, but, like, he's there. Like, he's physically there. It's not like he died at sea or something. Like he's there. I wonder if someone's gonna kill Kidd. I doubt that, but I do see, though, one way or the other, that Luffy vs Shanks is gonna be in the story at some point, and it's gonna be an epic moment that will have epic stakes, that will have epic banter as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What are your predictions? If they fight, are they going to fight? How would they fight? What is it gonna be like? As well as, one of the video series ideas I'm thinking of is rereading all of One Piece and then reviewing it from the scope of what we know today and thinking about it from that angle. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we're just getting started, so let's stay consistent.